Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Taste of Taylor. Today is Monday, which means we are in studio, and joining me today is my baby mama, the mother of my future child, the pregnant wonder, Rita, aka Taylor Donohue, aka my wife. Hey honey, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, Tay, the people want the answers. We have so much to talk about.
People are gonna get the answers.
So we asked you guys to ask all of the questions your little hearts desire, and we got so many questions. So we're gonna really cover everything. We also have 3 months of stories literally stored up that we've been you guys, the way I can't believe I almost spilled the beans. But we have a lot of ground to cover. Your questions, we have all of our stories that we've been saving for the last 3 months. And of course, we are going to reveal the gender of our bubba. Do we just want to rip that Band-Aid off?
I think we just rip it off.
Okay.
The retention of this podcast is going to be 3 minutes.
Should we save it to the end?
No. I say we just do it.
Why?
Because that way we could talk about it the whole time.
Okay, well, I will say this really quickly. We did have a gender reveal party. If you follow us on Instagram, you probably saw that. And so we actually have a gender reveal party video for our Patreon VIPs.
Yes, that will be up tomorrow on Tuesday.
Tomorrow on Tuesday. And it's really cute. I actually had quite the journey on the day of the gender reveal. I thought I revealed the gender to myself by mistake, and I was spiraling. So we'll just let that story live on Patreon. So if you're a VIP, you'll get that video. If you're not a VIP, you should be one. And if you're just a daily subscriber to the show, the audio show, you can always upgrade.
Yep.
Okay. So
should we say it?
I want to say it in unison together.
Okay, ready?
Okay. 3, 2. Wait, what are we going to say? Wait. Are we going to say,
we're having, yes,
stop it.
A.
Are we going to say, or are we going to
No, just the real word.
the real word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're having a girl.
Oh my God.
A baby girl.
A little girl.
Again.
A Rita.
Can you even?
I am so excited. I didn't even realize I cared about the gender until the day of the gender reveal.
I was in literal shock when we had a big balloon, and when we popped it and I saw a color, there's literally a second you'll be able to see on the video. I blacked out and I forgot what we were doing. So for a second I have no reaction, and then it hit me and I was like, holy shit. And then your eyes were bugging out of your head.
When I got the balloon, we were going back and forth between Tay was like, at first Tay had this black balloon or a navy blue balloon.
Yeah.
And obviously at a gender reveal, it's blues and pinks and whites and creams. And so I was like, I don't want such a dark balloon. I really think the contrast would be too harsh. I want a cream one. And Tay was like, but you can see the color of the confetti.
Exactly.
And I was like, fuck. So we were going back and forth. I was like, can we get a rainbow balloon? Because we're gay. Can we get a tie-dye one? We're going around a million different ways about the balloon. And so we finally landed on silver. So when it came, I wanted to double check that the color was right. Not that it mattered because it was already there. And it was wrapped in basically a plastic,
a big trash bag.
Grocery bag. Yeah. And so when I opened it, I thought I saw a piece of confetti outside of the balloon. Like it had got stuck to it or something.
That would have been a problem. That's their only job, is to conceal it.
Fucking pissed. And I had.
So what did you see?
I had actually had a part of me was like, I should wait till Ashley, Tay's sister, to get there so Ashley can look. Because if anyone's going to have it be ruined, Ashley wants to ruin the surprise for herself anyway.
100%.
So I was like, maybe we'll just have Ashley look, but I couldn't wait and I had to look. And so I thought I saw a big piece of blue confetti. Up until that point, I've been like, I don't care about the gender. We let our doctor pick. I was like, I really don't care either way. But when I thought I saw that blue confetti, my heart went into my butt and I felt devastation.
Really?
Now, I don't know if it's because I was devastated that I saw
that it was spoiled,
and ruined the surprise, or if it's because low key I really wanted a little gun. At that point, I was like, oh my God.
I'm not sure.
I was like, I think I ruined the surprise myself and I think it's a boy. So when you popped that confetti and it was pink, I was like, oh my fucking God.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Wait, my mom actually has a theory.
Okay.
So she was saying that she thought you kind of you were a little bit sad and you had actually wanted a boy.
No.
No?
Well, okay, I'd gone back and forth. I had originally, because I've been around boys for so long.
We have 3 nephews with Ashley and Ben, 2
with
nephews
Josh.
with your brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah. And then I nannied a little boy for 7 years. So
Yes.
I am so
The Prince
good.
of Soho.
Prince of Soho. So I love little boys.
So
I'd always kind of envisioned that being the first. And then something switched and then I was going back and forth. But I think I secretly was hoping for a girl.
For real?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what it was? When I was putting up, I put up on strings little baby pictures of us.
Oh, totally.
And when I was looking at the little girl pictures, I was like, oh, it would be so cute to have a little girl.
You were such a cute little girl. Also, I was such a cute little
were.
girl.
Little chunky butt.
You know what was crazy when you hung those pictures up? So it was like Tay was the top, or I was the top string and you were the bottom string.
Mm-hmm.
And you literally like family friends, like you're like basically like your aunts, your mom's friends since she was in high school. So they watched you guys grow up. One of her friends, Jen, she literally couldn't tell who was who.
We actually did look alike.
We weirdly look alike when we were babies, which is amazing because I feel like maybe there'll be a chance that people like, I don't know, think it's genetically mine.
Maybe if it has like one little dimple right there.
Little piece. So I am excited it's a girl. Also, my relationship with my mom is so special to me. And so the fact that I could like be in a position to recreate what I have with Babsy, with our daughter, is kind of like the best thing in the world. But girls are bitches. And I did say to Dev, right before we popped the balloon, I said, Tays, really good friend. I was like, if it's a little boys are so delicious and snuggly and they love their mamas. So I feel like we'll have a boyfriend. Whereas little girls are like such maniacal devils. And I was like, this little bitch will come in between us. And then we popped pink. And I was like, ah!
Here's the thing. I wasn't a little bitch.
I actually wasn't until I was in high school.
Which is usually what people say. But even when I was in high school, I mean, maybe I should ask my mom, but I like really didn't turn into like a devil at any point.
You're unique.
I think it was also my birth order because I was third and like quiet.
Well, how could you be a terror when you were mute?
Literally until I was like 16. So there is a chance that just like by nature, the baby won't turn into a hideous beast.
You know how
of a
they
person.
say like dogs like mimic or they become like their owners, like they look like them, they have the same temperament as them. And so I feel like the same is true with the baby for the most part, at least in the beginning. And you are so chill. You were so calm, cool, and collected. So keep that thing away from me so we have a chance in hell.
You know what's funny? I think that there's going to be a mix. And the only reason I say that is because when we babysit for Brinkley, Allie's dog.
Oh my God.
When Brinkley's with me, he's very calm and snuggly and sleepy and like very chill. And as soon as I'm like, go get Tay, he's a psychopath. And like you're like how your dad was, like the playful, like wrestling one. So I
like
think
when you walk him, you like get him to poop and all these things. And then when I take the leash, it's like he puts the leash in his mouth and we're like raw, like getting over. Yeah, you're right.
So I think that there will be like that yin and yang with the baby.
Totally.
Right?
I mean, can you imagine a baby that looks like Taylor and has my personality?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I know. I think my nurture is going to have a strong impact on her.
100%.
I wonder if she'll talk like me.
She already hears you.
I know. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, baby. I love you. Okay. You're out of your first trimester.
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys know how hard it was to keep this a secret for 3 months? I felt like I was fucking telling on us all over the place, but I actually think the majority of the audience was surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of DMs that was like...
When?
Throughout the past few months, I was like, Tay keeps talking about like, when we have a baby, we're not pregnant yet. They're like, I think she's kind of like blowing your cover.
I'm so bad at secrets. I'm good at keeping other people's secrets, but when it's our secrets, I'm the worst.
I didn't really care though. It's like, again, it's like an Easter egg, like on Friday's show. It's like, so you said on Friday's show, we're going to have 3 lesbians in the house, which is like not a subtle thing to say.
Yes, however, I was talking to Chris Burns, and Chris Burns is a gay man, but we always say he's a lesbian.
Right, so it could have been
there is a world in which people could have interpreted it like
play
that.
on words, yeah.
Or maybe people thought I was so sly, I was throwing people off the scent, which is like LOL. I have not a sly bone in my body.
No, yeah, that was not a thing.
But yeah, so I dropped we'll have three lesbians in the house. Fucking
How neither one of us caught that. Whatever.
so stupid.
But
Tay, like there were times where we would be places where there would be like drinks.
Yeah.
And we would order 2 and like somebody else at the table would finish it or fucking I would finish it. So
Yeah, like in the first video we put out at the Manor,
yeah.
I have like drinks that I didn't drink.
Right.
Or like in Miami.
Decoy
Miami,
drinks.
oh my God.
Miami was hard for you.
Miami was hard because everyone was drinking rosé all day and it's like that is like a dream.
I know.
But then also for everyone was always posting videos of cheersing and I'm like, I don't have one. So I would like steal someone's.
Exactly.
That was the hardest thing to conceal.
Luckily with that crew, our Miami crew, people are usually like double fisting in our group. So there was always an extra drink to grab.
Yeah.
But our secret was pretty much safe. I really don't think that too many people, I think a lot of people were.
Except for my sister, Ashley, because we went to a, who lives in Montclair.
Ashley is the Chippy of your family.
Ashley lives in Montclair, New Jersey. We went to a block party.
Yep.
And
strangers.
Her close friends who came up to us and were like, congratulations. Great. Because we love them. Literal
people. I was like, hi, my name is Taylor. Meeting
perfect
for the first
strangers
time.
were like, oh my God, congratulations.
I was like, congratulations. I was like, I don't even know your name. I don't even know your name. So
the big mouth of Montclair. I mean, also Ashley thinks that this is her baby. Can we talk about that real quick?
This is like, it's actually not a joke because at the gender reveal, she was like, I know this isn't my baby. The fact that she had to actually say it shows me that she thinks this is her baby.
I think the first thing out of my mouth after we popped the balloon, after like tearing up, was Ashley got her girl.
I think one of us said it for sure. When we found out we were pregnant, Ashley was like, oh my God, we're having a baby. And like, she's buying like duplicates of everything that she basically told her youngest son, Aiden, that his room is no longer his room because it's going to be our baby's room.
He was like, really? Also, she told her youngest, Aiden, that I was pregnant. And then a week later, she was talking about us and Aiden was like, did Teddy have the baby yet? It's like,
how old is he though?
He's 6. I was like, no. I'm like, remember I have to like grow. I was like around Christmas.
The baby at a
Did Teddy have the baby yet?
Oh,
not quite, Aiden.
Love you so much. So,
no. And then she's buying the baby I should know this. A high chair.
Oh, she's literally buying baby stuff for this baby at her home.
Yeah.
I think she's going to kidnap us. So our due date is in January, which
early
is the winter.
January. Yeah.
And the hospital is like 10 minutes from them. So she's
convinced us to give birth there.
Totally. And she's like, maybe there'll be a snowstorm. I'm like, what is this?
She's like a witch willing there to be like blizzard.
What is
in
this?
early January?
Misery?
Yeah.
Literally?
Literally, yeah.
We're going to get in a car accident. She's going to where our legs are going to be broken. She's going to keep it in the house forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Making us write a book for her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway, this baby is very loved already, which is amazing.
Yes, very.
Honestly, I could not be happier that Ashley thinks this is her baby. And also the fact that it's a girl, she has 3 boys. The fact that, and she's also like Aiden's 6. I think she's already getting like baby fever a little bit. And so the fact that there's like a baby around this time and that it's a girl.
Yeah.
I mean, Ashley is going to be like living with us. Here's the thing. I'm happy if Ashley thinks this is her baby as long as she comes to our home. Ashley can't think that this always happens with Ashley and Ben. They always like want to start a commune with us.
I know.
And I love them to bits and pieces, but like I need to be in my home.
We have the upper hand here. We'll be fine.
So anyway, but yeah, I'm really excited. Okay, wait, speaking of who we told and it being a surprise. So it just came up on the show on Friday. Chris Burns was like, thanks a lot for telling me beforehand. And then he also said that Anna Roisman, who's another co-host, I mean, we're very lucky. We have like a true family of co-hosts. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we didn't tell really any of the co-hosts beforehand. And that was a decision not made by me. It was a decision made by you, my gorgeous, glowing, pregnant wife.
Okay, I'll take this question.
Thank you.
Okay. So we told our families. We told all of my girlfriends.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. Stassi and Bo, Claudia and Ben, Coley and Matt.
We didn't tell Brian Kelly to the very end.
We told Brian at Claudia's Bris.
By the way, nuts or not that we told Brian Kelly that we were pregnant at Claudia and Ben's baby's bris.
It was the only time we saw him in person.
It's true.
And it was fine. Okay. If we start telling the co-hosts, where does it end?
Okay.
It's not like we have 2 co-hosts.
Right.
We have 13 co-hosts.
Right.
And I will be honest, some of them have big mouths. And even the ones who don't have big mouths, all of them have big social media presences where they're live to tape, where
They have podcasts.
I mean, I would have been so nervous to tell them that it was going to slip somewhere, or a lot of them talk to listeners if something got out.
Right.
So it just made me nervous. It was like, I really didn't think it's going to hurt any of their feelings.
I will say Janet said on Patreon, thank you, Janet. Shout out to Janet. She said, God, I hope your name's Janet. But she wrote that the reason she thought that we didn't tell the co-host was because like we can potentially make money off of, like these announcements.
Obviously.
And that if God forbid somebody were to like spill or leak it by mistake, it would like...
I'd murder them.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like hurting business as well. So thanks, girl. Thanks for like having our back on that one. It means a lot because like, you know me, like the co-hosts are like, they're a family.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was my instinct to A, tell all of them, and B, it was my instinct to invite them all to the gender reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we talked about this in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this with your mother.
Yeah.
And I and your mom voted for the co-host being invited, but you just really wanted to keep it. So at first, Tay was like, I think it's going to be big because like we're the Taylors. Mm-hmm. We throw big parties. We invite like all of like our crew, all of our friends, and they're like a time. But those are like nighttime parties,
like
booze,
nighttime ragers,
ragers. And so this was like a day party with our family,
all my cousins, aunts and uncles,
kids, children.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like a family party.
It was much more intimate.
And so Tay decided that she wanted to keep it as small as possible. And it was about the size of our wedding, actually. It was like 30 adults.
And so I like pulled the ripcord with inviting co-hosts, minus Matt and Nicole, because they've been friends
Nicole's
for 20 years.
My college bestie.
But when we were talking, when we were first telling people about the pregnancy, there were two friends who I told that I was pregnant. And then I was like, save the date, June 22nd. And then like a week later, when I decided I wanted to keep it small, I was like, inviting them opens the door to two groups of friends that I was like, I need to close this door. So I immediately texted them. I was like, I'm so sorry. Both of them were so understanding. I invited them.
Invited people to the gender reveal party.
I don't know what has happened to me.
You are Trenta Savage.
It started with therapy, with setting boundaries. And now I think with pregnancy, I'm like, I don't know if this baby's like eating my heart or my guilt or my soul, but I literally don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. That sounds so bad, but I usually care so much. I don't know why.
I know. I mean, listen, here's the deal.
I think it's like, I'm pregnant. I can get away with anything. No one can be mad at me.
Well, no, but I feel like also no one can ever really get mad at you, even outside of pregnancy. Like people have such a respect for your boundaries and no one respects mine. Like, I feel like when I say no, people are like, what a cunt. When you say no, people are like, no, I really understand. And I respect your boundaries. So, but the truth is like, I am a puss and you are a boundary setter. So if anyone's mad, bring it over to her.
Yeah. I actually do want to talk about something.
Oh, fuck.
I want to talk about the baby's last name.
You're going to do this now?
Yeah.
You're such a jerk. This should be private.
So
okay.
It's something I've been thinking about for a long time.
Explain this to everybody.
So we have Donohue, we have Strecker, we have Donohue Strecker, Strecker Donohue. I've been thinking about this a lot. And I'm going to explain myself. Okay?
I feel sick. I don't know why.
I feel very strongly about the last name.
My blinkies are out of control.
And there's reasons, and I'm going to explain them to you. Okay?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to throw up.
So I feel really strongly. I'm nervous to tell you. I feel really strongly that the baby's last name should be Strecker.
No way. Why? Why?
You keep saying, it's my DNA. I'm carrying the baby. It should be named Donohue. I'm like, it should be the exact opposite. Of course it should be Strecker.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, honey.
My God,
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Really?
Honey.
Oh, sweetheart. Here, go low for camera. Of course. Oh my God. That's It's like the nicest thing ever.
Of course, honey.
And I literally didn't even think of it. Like, I'm like shook. I didn't even think that that was like
no other
could be.
No other option crossed my mind.
Oh my God, that's like the nicest thing in the world. And also, we don't have to do that.
No.
Wait,
I've decided.
How's your family gonna feel?
Oh,
What's your mother gonna?
Oh, they already know.
They do?
Yeah.
What did Annie say?
Ashley keeps saying baby names with the last name Strecker, and then she's like Donohue Strecker, and like glitches. No, it's what I've always wanted, especially if the baby's genetically tied to me and I'm carrying. Of course, I would want it to be Strecker.
Oh my God. Did you tell my mom and dad this?
No, not yet.
They're going to sob.
Of course.
Because also Scarlett is Dusel.
And who knows
Who knows with Zach?
if Zach will ever have kids, and my brother has Donohue kids, and so I want it to be Strecker for sure. If that's okay with you. If you still vote Taylor, you're diabolical.
I can still vote Taylor. That is so nice and so unexpected. And I accept.
Baby Strecker.
But then I also weirdly feel weird. Is that weird? That I feel weird?
I think it's because it hasn't really crossed your mind.
Oh, Strecker is a great last name.
Let's do it.
Also, is it because I'm so famous?
Exactly.
Is it because you believe in me?
I believe in you that much.
Honestly, I believe that maybe it should be Donohue. I think that you're going to end up being the star.
I think my star's rising.
Oh my God. That
Anyway.
is so amazing.
Yeah. So any names we talk about, I also do have a first and middle. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that privately.
Wait. Is this just a ruse so that you can just like pull the like the Trump card now? Oh, sorry. Not the Trump card. We need to come up with another phrase. What's another phrase? What's another equivalent? You're gonna try to
pull
strong arm me?
Yeah.
You're gonna strong arm me?
No, I think you'll like what I like. Anyway,
Okay.
Definitely baby Strecker on the way.
Oh my God, my makeup is ruined. It means the world. It's so sweet. I feel, you know what? Remember we've talked about this in the show before. I did a topic where I was like, sometimes getting your way, and not that I wanted this. This is not even. I didn't even suggest this.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't even cross my mind. But like sometimes when you get your way, you get something that you didn't even realize that you wanted, but something in your favor, you feel guilty about it.
Guilty?
I feel literally. I have to talk about this in therapy. But everybody's on board in your fam?
Yes.
Really?
Of course. If my family was like, no, I want it to be Donohue, and that would be
I guess
a little
so. You have
selfish.
your brother, and he has Donohue kids,
Yeah.
and then of course Ashley and Ben have Lisies, and then we'll have little Streckers.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
baby Strecks.
Oh. And I just decided I love this baby 5 points more.
5 points more.
Speaking of loving the baby and not being scared.
Yes.
I know I've talked a lot about I don't want a baby. I'm not ready to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe, have I had a transformation that you have seen? I feel like I'm still scared, but I'm more excited than I am scared.
You have made exactly a 180-degree turn.
Really?
It's actually kind of crazy.
Really?
Like, not only are you being so supportive and all the things you should do, you're like so happy and enthusiastic and talking to the baby and like talking positively about it and so excited. Like, you haven't said anything about worrying.
Well, also speaking of like fears, so Chris Burns was on Friday and he was torturing me because he wants to move into our apartment, and he was torturing me about the fact that we have to move now and he's going to get the apartment. And I like the way, like, this is actually like, we are not moving.
No.
I mean, our landlord's going to have to drag me out of there. He actually said on Sunday, because he was, okay.
The gender reveal, yeah.
He said at the party that he was like, he owns a lot of property in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he was talking to like our families about like, you know, because he's our landlord. Like he's literally family. Like he is like, he is the holder of the keys to the foundation of our like entire world, you know? And so he was like, no, I like, this place is so special. He was just saying how much he loves the place and how great it is. And he said, this is the only place I ever dream of moving back to. And I was like, no.
The thing is, it's so funny because people come over and when they first see it, they're like, okay, there's a room that will be the nursery. And they're always like, this could totally work. And then they spend more time in it and they're like, it's a little rough around the edges.
For a child.
There's a lot of metal. There's metal
cement.
stairs, cement. But we'll put down a rug. We'll rope things off. It's everything's doable.
I mean, Ashley and Ben are like, I always look at Ashley and Ben as like I'm like, if you can see her, you can be her. They're like my ultimate role models.
Mhm.
And actually, because I feel like more like the daddy role.
Mhm.
Daddy, of course, my mentor is the number one daddy, Ben Lisi.
Mhm.
And so whenever I see Ben do something, I'm like, well, if Ben can do it, I can do it.
Mhm.
And so Ben and Ashley lived in a Brooklyn loft that was definitely smaller than ours.
Mhm.
They had no dishwasher. They had
No washer dryer.
no washer dryer. They had to drag IKEA bags down the street.
Yep.
And they literally built bunk beds inside their walk-in closet for the boys to sleep in. They had 3 boys
Yep.
under the age of what? 5, 6?
Under 5.
And they were there for a couple years.
Yeah.
They were bursting at the seams and they did it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, if they can do that for 5 years, we can do it. At least. Plus, I was going to say, if we have one, so what that their room doesn't have a window? Harry Potter, that shit. You like, get over, like, grow up. Who
Honestly,
needs a window?
and we'll do videos of what will be the nursery.
Yeah, we'll do a whole thing.
And we can eventually put bunk beds in there. The kids don't know what they don't know. I'm like,
Matt and Nicole's kids, city kids don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Matt and Nicole's kids share a room.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big deal? And why is everybody so obsessed with windows? Like, what does that matter?
Yeah.
They're everyone's making me so mad. But wait, speaking of, they'll have bunk beds. Can everyone please stop talking about our second child before our first is
for
born?
the sake of my wife's well-being, Mom, will you
Annie,
stop asking Tay about our second child?
your mom at the fucking gender reveal is like, so the little boy, because we have a boy embryo.
Right.
So, which we've talked about so much
Yeah.
now. There's like, there's no secret to be had in regard
second.
to the, for the
If
second.
the second takes, yeah.
Of course. And like, God willing, toy. But I just like the way, and also your mom is Jewish. She knows better.
The Kanahara, yeah.
Hello.
I know.
Like,
She's naughty.
she is so naughty. She is so naughty.
Mhm.
I had a conversation with Ashley when we were on the porch
Mhm.
about the concept of like maybe having
And only?
an only.
Mhm.
And Ashley actually took it, unless she like literally was winning an Oscar, she took it very well and was like, listen, let's have the first and let's see how it goes.
She knows you very well.
Manipulating me.
Yeah.
Before we get to listener questions,
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I have discussed this, but this idea of like, should I be mom or should I be dad? And yesterday,
Like, have them call you dad?
no. Well, wouldn't that be
No.
fun? Wouldn't that be fun?
Daddy.
I kind of like it.
That's insane.
Oh,
That's worse than the last name Taylor idea.
But I do like this idea of like, I talked about this with Andrew Collin.
Okay.
I'm going to be a terrible mother, but I'm going to be a great father.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I like the idea, and I've always joked that I'm going to be a 20% parent, which means I want to be my dad.
What's your percentage now that the last name's Strecker?
Fuck you, bitch. You're setting me up.
I
It's still like a solid 25.
only went 5 points. You actually did say 5 points.
I did. 25%.
25? Okay,
I'll
I'll
give
get
you
you
a
up.
strong quarter.
I'll get you up there.
Give me a break. I mean, it's going to be 50-50, but like
Yeah.
I do, how about this? 45-55.
Okay.
You're the business owner.
And that's by default because I have to feed and all that
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
I've joked that I'm like the husband.
Mhm.
And Claudia is very worried about me being a good husband because Ben has been such a good husband. He's
Mhm.
like really stepped up to the plate. She talks about it all the time. He was like so amazing during the pregnancy. He's like up with her during night feedings. Like they are in it to win it together. And so I'm going to need some tips and tricks from Ben Soft for Celebrity for
Mhm.
sure. But Claudia was like, I'm really worried, Tay, because you like are such a dependent. And like Taylor Donohue is like, she does like the husband stuff and she like carries things and takes out the trash. And so she was like, I'm like, you got to step up to the plate. Can you? So I have had Claudia's voice in the back of my head for the last 3 months. And it's really, I'm like trying to be the best damn husband that I can be. So how am I doing?
You're doing unbelievably well.
Claudia was also like, I'm worried that you still like make it about you and your feelings, which I definitely still do.
You do that for show. When we're home, now you take out the trash.
It's horrible.
You won't let me lift like this. You won't let me lift anything.
And it's really hard because I'm so
I don't know,
impossibly small.
What do dads do? What are their jobs?
Everything. I did the roof. I power washed.
That's true. You did power wash.
Such a dad thing.
Here's the thing. I want to split the time as well as we can. When I'm up and I have to be up, I want you to be asleep.
Okay.
When I'm sleeping, I want you to do whatever needs to be.
When the baby is born.
When the baby's born. Like,
I see a lot of night feedings in my future. You are a sleep queen.
yeah.
I think I'm going to be the one that's running on fumes. And lucky for you,
You operate.
I am trained by doing morning radio for 12 years to literally go to the club until 3:30 in the morning and be on air at 6:30.
Yeah.
Slightly drunk.
Mhm.
So I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we get to some listener questions?
Let's get to the questions.
There's a lot.
Okay.
Okay. Krista Kimmel says, what's Teddy's pregnancy fashion inspo? I'll let you take this.
I am dressing her. I am her pregnancy stylist.
I'm like a doll. I'm literally your pregnancy doll.
So it's so exciting because I love to dress Tay because I am, I know I'm on GLP-1s and I'm living my best self-confident life, but I will always be obsessed with having skinny legs because I don't, okay? And I am showing those knees more than I ever have, but like there are just some things that I feel are out of my realm of styling. Wearability, just because of the legs. So everything that I would want to wear, the way that I would want to dress myself if I were pregnant and I totally wouldn't be able to, that's how I'm dressing Tay. So we're talking a lot of
T-shirt dresses.
A lot of T-shirt dresses with like Converse because she's got those long stems. Let's show them off. Also a lot of
biker shorts.
Biker shorts. I love
with oversized
biker short. I can never wear a biker short.
I mean, I am so far out of the realm of fitting into my clothes already.
You'll see a lot of biker shorts and like button downs, like such a cute look. I feel like as we move into the fall, a lot of leggings with oversized sweaters. Like that is such like a Diane Keaton, like cool, crunchy, like classic. It's giving like what's her name? We love John, Carolyn Bessette. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you're doing the thing that your mom does where you're starting, you're copying what I'm saying. You're trying
moving
to
my
figure it
mouth.
out.
I know.
It's like Marla and what's his name?
What?
Constantine.
Oh, Constantine from Titanic.
From Titanic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna be doing like a lot of like legs, and like oversized tops.
Let's do it.
And then I tried to do like short, really cute shorty mod dresses. Think Paige DeSorbo. And I didn't realize how tall you were. Like they're underpants on you. It was crazy. So that is out the window now, and we're moving like into a more like
I need like the big and tall shop.
Yeah, you really do.
Okay, so a lot of people want to know my cravings. I don't know how exciting that is, but
fruit.
In the beginning, the first couple weeks, it was just like carbs, pasta, anything I could find, put it into my body. The past like 8 weeks, fruit. I was eating a watermelon a day. Fruit and cereal. I hope this baby likes skim milk. I was eating a watermelon a day and we went to the doctor and we were talking about cravings and she goes, I just hope you're not eating a watermelon a day. And I was like,
I am.
And I started laughing. I was like, are you joking? And she was like, no, it's all sugar. And I was like,
yeah, we're trying. She loathes protein entirely.
Chicken, which I usually love.
Gag with a spoon.
I think in the second trimester, things are starting to get back to normal.
Okay, good. Because I got to get that protein in that belly, girl.
Okay, Valerie E. Luke wants to know, is Strecker still drinking? Must know how to handle this. How's it going, Tay?
I just interviewed 2 women the other day, okay? I'm going to leave it at that because it'll be a surprise. And we were talking about your pregnancy and I don't know which one asked, but one of them was like, wait, so are you drinking? And I was like, fuck yeah. And both of them were like, oh, like I was some monster.
It would be insane for me to ask you to stop drinking.
First of all, it wouldn't be. So both of them.
Okay, I'm sorry to say insane because I'm sure people do it, but
neither one of them have kids, for the record. So they, so they haven't been there yet. Like, so and maybe they won't be. But my point is that like they said, hypothetically, if I were to be pregnant, I definitely want my significant other to like stop drinking with me. It'd be so hard. And so I was like, yeah, but she says that she really doesn't crave alcohol. So it's not that hard. I mean, listen, do you think Matt Ryan stopped drinking alcohol when Nicole was pregnant?
LOL.
Etc.
The thing is, the first 6 weeks, I still craved it. So I was drinking non-alcoholic beers.
Well, how about this? In the beginning, when you were still craving it, was it difficult?
Not difficult, but it was more of like a habit. Like we're out to dinner, we're having Italian or whatever. It's like you just like
want a glass of wine.
You just crave it. And then I hit a point around 5 or 6 weeks where I was drinking a non-alcoholic beer and I was like, ugh. And I was like, maybe it's just like beer. It's just like heavy.
Right.
And I was away with my girlfriends. And then I got home and I was like, don't want it.
Wow.
It's wild.
It's
how
crazy
it really
how
does
your
happen.
body just like protects.
Even now, I'm drinking a little bit of coffee, like as much as you're allowed to. Even the past week, I'm like, I have to struggle to get down a half a cup of coffee.
And then you do it because you need
I have to, like, I need it to function.
Yeah.
But it's like hard for me.
Interesting. So I'm going to ask you again in front of the world.
Yeah.
You genuinely do not care that I'm drinking.
0%.
Would you like me to cut back?
No.
How annoying am I when I get drunk?
There's only been once.
Tell.
It's when you get hammered and you ask me 1,000 times if you're being annoying. So by the 10th time, I was like, yes, you're being annoying. And then you're like,
wait, was it with
Saucy and Bo at dinner when you're like,
I was so turned.
You were like
at Stassi's birthday dinner. We went out the night before for dinner. We went to the Carlisle and
you were dead in the eyes.
I actually thought, like, you know, when you get so drunk, you're like, I have to go home. It was like that.
In the middle of dinner.
I have to go home. Oh my God, it's the middle of dinner.
You had been drinking with your parents all afternoon.
Right. My parents were here.
And then,
I had a couple glasses of wine with them. Then I met with Saucy and Bo. We drank rosé all day.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got to the birthday dinner, I had a martini, idiot. And it just pushed me over the edge. I was like, I am going to barf at this dinner.
And then I drove home and it was the only drive where you were in the passenger seat where you were so fucking annoying, yelling at me about the brakes and switching lanes. I was like, this is actually kind of nice because she's like, has no soul.
She literally is no longer of this earth.
Yeah, no, keep drinking. I really don't give a fuck.
Amazing. Thank you, Peace. I'm telling you right now, if I was pregnant, I would definitely make my significant other be sober with me. But that's because in my mind, I was saying that when I was going to be married to men and men are annoying. And also I would have, like, if I had a baby with a guy, I feel like I would have had it because he wanted me to. And I'd be like, fuck you. You're doing everything I'm doing.
Oh, the one thing you did stop doing is eating sushi.
I did, in solidarity.
Because I wanted it so bad in my first trimester. And there were a couple of times where you could have had it and you didn't. I wouldn't have cared if you did, but it was nice. We
were at an event with Brenna and Andrew.
Yep.
And they were doing pass around hors d'oeuvres and they had sushi. And
we hadn't eaten. We were so hungry.
Fucking good. And Tay was like, I can't. And I was like, I'm not either.
I was like, please eat it. And you were like, no.
I'm not either. Let me go get 15 martinis.
Yeah. I had it last night.
What a great woman.
I had it last night. It was the greatest thing ever.
Are you telling?
I don't care.
Okay, so
judge me.
We had sushi last night.
At Lore, which is like amazing sushi.
She's out of her first trimester and we've all of our doctors and we've had like a handful.
Everyone.
They're like, oh my God, please.
Just eat. They were like, just don't eat it like from a 7-Eleven.
So one of our co-hosts DM'd me and she was like, wow, taking Tay to Lure, you're a real fucking piece of work. And I was like, I didn't know what to say because I didn't know if you were going to tell people that you had sushi.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I drink coffee and I eat sushi now. I don't care. Shay Burke wants to know, what's the best parenting advice you've been given so far?
Oh, gosh. I think the best parenting advice that has been given, but also I feel like I just like observed through my life, let your kids be who they are. My mom was like, she's like, now in hindsight, she realizes that they are literally born a full person, like with a personality and like who they're basically going to be. So you kind of just have to cultivate within like reason and safety who that like little soul is and not try to like mold them into what you want them to be.
Yeah.
For example, last night Tay was like, our baby's going to speak Spanish and also know how to do sign language. I'm like, neither one of us know how to do those things.
I can sign a little.
Or listen, if the baby wants to, we can push them in that direction, but we can't be like, you need to do this because this is what I did. None of that shit.
Yeah. No, I know.
Or this is or hey, here are things I never got to do in my life. I'm going to make you do them to fulfill this fantasy for me.
No, I'm not going to do that. One of the best.
You really paused on that one.
I know. One of the best pieces of advice was ironically from Matt and Nicole. And that is, no, they are amazing parents.
They really are.
But it was that these babies are coming into your life.
I love this.
And I think it has a lot to do with they live in an apartment.
Yep.
Their two kids share a room. And they were like, when the kids were little, it's like they go into their room to go to bed. If we have people over, they're coming into our life. We have people over, they stay in their room and and they get used to the noise.
They were like, this is a loud house.
Yeah.
Like, I
love that advice that they gave.
And those kids can sleep through fucking anything.
Yeah.
I agree with that too. Like I really, especially with one, I'm like, no, welcome to our world, baby. This is how we live our life. Like that's my biggest fears. I'm going to be like tiptoeing like around the house. And because like we don't have a quiet house, but like you're kind of a quiet person.
Yeah.
And that scares me because I grew up in a loud house and like I am loud as shit. So I like cannot be, I don't want to be shushed.
Also, Ashley was really good about sleep training her kids. And I know some people were like, well, if the baby's crying, it's hard to leave them. I helped sleep train the little boy I nannied for.
Yeah.
I am like, leave them, get them on a sleep schedule that's closer to yours.
I love it.
I'm like all about that.
I love it.
Okay, 1 million people asked, why now?
I mean, why ever?
I actually was thinking about this and I think, so in full transparency, we were waiting for a while because of Stassi Says.
It's true.
Because we've been working.
That anybody asked us. No production asked us. Stassi did not ask us. We were just like, this is the first time we're going to be doing like a reality show.
Yeah.
And like, it would be great to get pregnant on camera. What a cool storyline. And that was really it.
We've been working on the show for a really long time.
Yes.
And
they even said, no matter where we are, we're going to catch some part of it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way we could capture the entire pregnancy anyway.
And so I think once we got answers about more of a timeline.
Yes.
I was like, I want to be pregnant when I'm 37, giving birth when I'm 38, not getting pregnant after filming when I'm 38, potentially giving birth when I'm 30. You know, it was just kind of like okay, let's just pull the ripcord now.
Yes.
So that's kind of why. Coley Nana 3 says, who was the first person you told you were pregnant? It's a good question.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's the thing. This one was running around a party we had being like, I'm going to do an egg transfer. I'm going to do an egg transfer. So she kind of like, I mean, you told like all 50 people at a party. It was like psychotic. And honestly, in the future, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah.
But who did we tell like first?
So my mom, my family knew all like the steps in terms of when all the doctor's appointments were. So it's like they kind of—
Oh my God, the way this family interact with each other, they're literally, if somebody has a fucking doctor's appointment, like a literal annual checkup, the whole family knows and they're like texting each other like, how did it go? Is everything okay? It's like, it's a fucking checkup. Is your blood work good? It's like, it's literally crazy.
Yeah.
My mom literally will like call me from the doctors and be like, so I just got out of the doctors and I'm good. That nodule that we thought was cancerous isn't. And I'm like, you had a nodule that you thought was cancerous? Like literally we're opposite ends of the spectrum with family.
Yeah.
My family communicates too little. Yours is like a lot. But like the way, of course it was your family. It was probably like 5 people simultaneously that knew that you were pregnant because you guys are all constantly talking on a family group chat.
Yeah. Stas knew really early too.
Stas knew early. Claudia knew really early. But that was really it.
Yeah. And
I think Stassi and Claudia knew before my family.
You know who knew really early? Joey Skladany. Well, because we went to Beyonce with him.
But Joey didn't know like very, 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 like he didn't know like earlier than our family.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But he was the co-host who knew because we went to Beyonce.
Exactly.
So I had to tell.
You can't, to be with us, we cannot hide that she's pregnant.
No.
It's impossible. We're like, we're too big of drinkers.
Yeah.
It's too obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brittany West 23 says, has TS changed her clothes shopping addiction to buying baby things?
Not yet, because I didn't know what the gender was. But now, I don't know. You know, I'm pretty selfish to my core, and this baby hasn't earned a red cent yet. And honestly, they can find their own Chanel bag budget, okay? And I don't know.
Was it
Like,
just gonna be naked?
I love a naked baby.
I actually do too.
I love a baby. I love a naked baby. I love a baby in a diaper. I love a baby in just like a crisp white onesie, like with the footy pajamas, with like the shorts one with the little so it can show off its little guns. I like a baby kind of in just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when babies get all dolled up, they look like toddlers in tiara. They're scary.
Yeah, I like simple.
I'm not really into it. I want to get a couple like good like smocked dresses. I love a smocked moment.
I don't like ruffles. I'll tell
I'm
you
not
right
into-
now.
I'm not into ruffles either.
I'm also into like androgynous. So Ashley has like all the boys' clothes for
Honestly,
this, and I love that.
Though I want
Like
all of those clothes.
Cuffed jeans.
I mean, Ashley and Ben have such insane clothes and style.
That's, like, we're, like,
give it
good.
to me all. You know,
We did buy a
I'll
couple
buy
things.
a bunch of bows.
Fine.
We get to like work with brands, which we're so
Yeah.
fortunate to do. And so we are working with a couple brands that are sending some really fucking cute
I
stuff.
love little like whales and elephants and stuff.
I love,
but like
yeah.
like subtle like nude colors. Nothing
you know
like
what? We won't be doing anything. No Disney.
no Disney, no,
No Disney.
purple.
And I know people are laughing right now, like, LOL, good luck with that.
No,
No
sorry.
fucking princess dresses.
I know.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. I'll forget
That's gonna be out of our control
I
at
know.
some point. But for the like, I don't know, they barf and shit on everything. They literally like they grow so fast. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be like
Simple.
simple,
Yeah.
right?
And they grow so fast. Yeah. Is that what you just said? I was reading my cards.
Well, I don't exist
Sorry.
anymore.
Okay. Marissa Taplin says, for both Tays, what is one trait you want the baby to have of your partner?
Ooh, what is one trait that you want the baby to have of your partner? Legs.
Legs?
Long, skinny legs. It's always been my dream. Am I going to be okay in a house with two women with long, skinny legs?
Are you going to be okay?
I didn't think this one through.
Oh.
I feel left out. Everyone's going to be wearing their shorts. Just me over here with a long peasant skirt.
I want, this is like more nurture. I want the baby to have like your soft skills, like your empathy and your vulnerability and like things like that you're so good at. And I feel like you can teach a baby that. I learned those things from you like in therapy. And one word that you hate is the P word. Perfect.
Hate.
We both grew up with parents who instilled perfectionism in us, and I do not want that word to be said in our house.
No, I don't
'Cause
want
it really
any
fucks you up.
concept of perfection
Yeah.
whatsoever. It's not our mom's fault. They did the best they could. They were a part of the perfection generation.
Yeah.
It is just like what it was. Watch, we'll have a daughter that's like, I need my kids to be perfect. My moms were literally psychotic.
You know, you always pass down something that's fucked up.
I know.
No one can do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, Brittany West 23. Teddy, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about being pregnant?
Wait, can I go back to that question? My answer was so superficial.
Yeah.
I want our baby to have your calmness about them. It's such a beautiful thing. And it's not like just with me, it's palpable. When people meet you, you have like this healing nature to you that like just makes everybody feel so at ease. And also I want my baby to like have like this specialness that you have. I can't explain why you just are. It's like everyone that meets you is just like, she's special. So I want our baby to be special like you.
Son? You're special too.
Thank you.
Brittany West wants to know what my favorite and least favorite thing about being pregnant is. My least favorite part has been being so tired.
I mean, just for the record, you've always been so tired since I've known you.
But a good part of it is having an excuse to sleep all day.
Yeah.
But I think I'm starting to get my energy back. Thank
Are you
God.
really that much more tired now? Wait, than you were before? And I asked because you were always exhausted.
I know.
Always.
No, it's a real thing.
Okay.
It's like you physically can't stay awake.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to grow out of that though.
Please God.
My favorite part of not being pregnant, but my favorite part of this whole thing so far has been our last appointment where we got that sonogram and the baby was sleeping.
Yes.
And they wanted the baby to move to be able to get a perfect picture.
The fluid test in the neck.
Yeah. And so she was pushing on my stomach and they had just gotten this brand new machine where it was like, you could literally see it like perfectly. And so she was pushing on my stomach and all of a sudden it was like, Talk about legs. It was like a frog. It was like, it started bouncing.
Yeah.
We screamed.
It was crazy.
It was the coolest thing. It was like.
Do you say it? Her.
She. Well,
Her.
we didn't know it was a she at the time. She was like bouncing up and down into it and spinning around. And it was like.
So cool.
So clear.
So now I always push on your stomach in the morning. I'm like, it's time to wake up, Lily.
That was so cool. And it's only going to get like.
I know.
Bigger and clearer.
Also, her profile, I kind of felt like it was a girl from her profile.
So did I.
It was so feminine looking.
Yeah.
She has like this cute little nose. I think she's going to look like, I mean, obviously I want her to look like you, but I also think she could really look like Ashley, your sister.
Yeah. I mean, we all look
I will
the
take
same.
it. You guys all look the same. It's like crazy.
Okay. Katie Taxes says why IVF versus IUI?
Good question.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, step one is IUI. IUI is basically like they could give me a turkey baster and I could artificially inseminate Tay at home. Like that's literally, I mean, LOL, kind of not, but not also a lie.
You asked the doctor, why don't we just, we know we have perfect embryos. Why not try IUI and then save the perfect one for later?
That's what I was like. I was thinking it was like the perfect embryos are an insurance plan. Let's use IU because we only had 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, why don't we do IUI? So then that way we use up these spermies. And if she can get pregnant IUI, great. And then we have these embryos as backup. And our Dr. Notman, who we adore, if you got to see our VIP video of like, Tay made the most amazing video of basically like conception to our photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so like Dr. Notman's in it a lot and she's just so awesome. She's like such a cool customer.
Yeah.
But she was really like, I think you should just go like lead with your best foot forward.
Yep.
And she
was like, always, she said our methodology is just put the best one in that you have.
So we did.
Yeah. That's what we did. Jellica Baker wants to know, did you not adopt the puppy because of the baby or because of filming with Stassi?
Great question.
Really good question.
So we did not adopt the dog because we decided to go with a car instead.
Yes.
I said to Tay, it's a car or it's a new car or it's a new dog because that is dogs are financial burdens. And anybody who's like, no, like you're not living in reality. This dog needed like literally veneers, okay? Like dental work. I mean, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I was just like, and it was the same weekend that we had our first appointment. Outside of CCRM, and we were driving like 45 minutes, and I was like, holy shit. I were like driving the Wrangler, and I'm like on the highway, and I'm like, holy shit, we need a new fucking car. And it hit me with the tariffs and everything, so I was like, let's look at a car after our apartment. There was a Toyota dealership, and we'd always talked about a Land Cruiser. So I was like, it's Beshared, it's Kismet, like we should go look at it. So we were literally that Saturday, doctor's appointment, and then we were always planning on going out to Brooklyn to see Allie, your sister, to meet Birdie, the dog she was fostering.
Yep.
And so, and we had inserted the car in the middle. And that's when I looked at Tay and said, we are not getting a dog if we are getting this car.
Yeah.
And so we met the dog and then we said, we love the dog, but we really need that car. So that's ultimately why we didn't do it. But also, it was a big part of having to be out in LA and filming. That's not fair to do to a foster dog. They need like stability and consistency. And then also, but the dog was not a ruse. We were heavily thinking about adopting her. But she's with another amazing lesbian in Hoboken living her best birdie life.
She is, yeah. Sissy B123 says, I just saw you on the streets of Soho and loved your fit, but was too nervous to say hi.
Oh my God, when?
Yesterday. On our way to dinner.
Oh, what I was wearing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The jeans are free, people.
The shirt was Express.
The shirt was Express. And the shoes were LaRude.
Chris Marie 92 says, will you go on maternity leave?
Oh, such a great question. I literally don't know the answer to this.
Working on that now.
We
sort of.
I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction is she gets to go on maternity, but I don't get to go on maternity. But that's also kind of crazy because paternity leave is like a real thing. And like we will both be dealing with minimal sleep, but I just don't see how. I honestly need like my Patreon girlies. And like, of course, like if you're listening to Taste of Taylor and with the commercials and free outside the paywall, we love you. We appreciate you. You are very important to us. But Patreon is family. And our girls, they need what they need. So maybe we have like a family dinner, a family discussion to figure out like, because I also feel like our audience is so cool and understanding. And I feel like y'all are the first to be like, take a vacation, take a break.
And a lot of you have had kids and we haven't. So, like I'm looking at Claudia and Ben. I'm like, yeah, Ben needs to be there for a few weeks. And
yeah.
I think that they will be understanding.
But also we have weird jobs where we work from home. It's not like we're physically going to an office at a certain time. So like, are there pockets of time where we could potentially get work done? Like
I'm definitely taking time off. So we do need to find an editor for a few weeks at least.
Babsy did say, we were talking just about it in general. And Babsy was like, when you own your own business, like she was like, of course you take some time off, but like 3 months maternity from like a corporation.
No.
When you own your own business, it's not the same rules.
We'll figure it out.
But like, I don't know. We're not
6 months.
We're not going to leave you guys completely stranded.
No.
For like, it just doesn't feel right, you know, especially when people are subscribing to the show. Like they have to subscribe to something.
Yeah. Okay, we have 2 more questions. Amy Owen 1 wants to know, I need you to talk about your birth plans.
What?
In a hospital?
What's that?
People have like crazy birth plans where they like at home and stuff. In a hospital with an epidural.
Loves support.
My sister Ashley wants to be our doula.
Let's go.
I don't know. I feel like she would have started training already, so maybe not.
She just wants to be in the room where it happened.
Truly. Birth plans.
How many people are allowed in the birthing room?
I think.
Who will you pick?
You.
Obviously, but like if you're allowed more than me.
I don't unless Ashley trains to be a doula and like really wants to do it. No one.
What about your mom?
No. My mom wasn't in there when Ashley had babies.
Honestly, Annie, I love you, but I'm relieved. Annie will be like this. Don't do it that way. Push this way.
No, she would actually be super chill.
Actually, you're right.
She's
she would.
Extremely.
You know what? You're so right.
She's an extremely calming presence.
When I'm in the kitchen, she's like, stop making so many beans.
Kitchen's one thing, but
micromanage me is in the kitchen. But you know what? She would actually be so
chill.
Amazing. Actually, maybe your mom should be in the room with you over me.
All right. Last question. Chris Marie 92 wants to know, where's the first place you'll want to travel with the baby?
Well, funny you should ask.
Oh, do you have plans for us?
We have been talking with Claudia and Ben about going back to St. Bart's. Yeah. And we're like, should we go with the babies? And they're like, hell no.
And Ashley and Ben want to go to St. Martin.
Perfect.
So maybe we can do a double.
And you know, Chippy and Babsy are inviting themselves. But when we talked about it, it's like this trip is just too much travel and too far. So like we fully intend to do like a wild, like, yes, parents, let's live and be free. Post baby trip with Claudia and Ben. I mean, I would love Ashley and Ben. Ooh, Stassi and Bo should also come now that like Stassi kind of likes the beach.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to want to leave like a 3-month-old,
so
but I think
what we're trying to figure out is when.
I would love to go to St. Martin with the baby.
No.
Obviously, we haven't workshopped this one.
I know. I remember we were in St. Bart's. We met these couples and they were like, oh my God, we love bringing our kids here. And I was like, kids here? It's too expensive. And they're like, no, when you have babies, you want them to do everything you do. And I was like, ugh, gross. I guess I'll learn.
The people also say if you want to travel right after, take them while they're like under 6 months. Yeah, because then they turn into beasts.
Watch them. When we like go dance on tables, that's not fun.
Our mothers. No,
it's too expensive.
And they have like FOMO.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Whatever. Well, I guess we'll just never travel again.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show, Tay.
I feel tired.
Baby Strecker coming your way.
I keep forgetting. Oh my God. Thank you guys for submitting so many questions. It's like, you guys are like doing the work for us.
So
really
easy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we are. Honey, I love you so much. You've been like such a good mommy, taking such good care of our baby. I'm sorry if I'm like, don't eat that. Don't drink this. Well, I'm literally like chugging a bottle of wine. But hopefully I'm acknowledging that, you know, I know it's not fair.
That's okay.
Oh, also people have been asking me, am I like jealous? No.
0. I forget why, but the other day I was like, thank God. Oh, you like.
Oh, no, we were at Laura last night for dinner.
Oh, you tripped.
I tripped at dinner and fell on my knees and like it took 5 waiters to pick me up. I wasn't drunk.
And you
I was
complained for like 2 hours about your knee that hurt. And I was like, thank God I'm carrying this child.
Oh my God, forget it. And I'm trying really hard. I'm like, when you're in labor, like, I'm just going to be like, this is my mentality all through the pregnancy. Whatever you need, that is what I'm there for.
Good answer.
With no judgment, except you are eating a lot of candy, and I really need you to stop doing that. Just because I don't want you to get gestational. You know, like just for you in the long run. But like I
Gestation.
can't. Diabetes, diabetes,
Gestation.
gestational diabetes.
Yeah.
But I
don't
just
want that.
really I want you to know this is like a no judgment zone. And it's like whatever you need. You want an epidural, get that epidural. Like, yeah, bitch. Like whatever. Like I have seen so many over the years. Men in that delivery room just like being so fucking
Jesse
stupid.
from the Valley.
Jesse from the Valley, like, the epidural's bad for the baby. Shut the fuck up. You push a bowling ball out of your wiener piece.
Wiener hole.
Out of that hole. Like you don't, if you're not the one doing the labor, you should say boo. So I will be there for you and I will try really hard not to complain about how uncomfortable that chair is when we're sleeping in it or when I'm sleeping in it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You can climb in that bed with you?
Sure.
Okay, great. We could move that baby over, sleep in that little plastic bed it rolls in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great.
Think I can bring an arrow bed?
Sure.
Okay, great. Anyway, guys, that's it for us, honey. I love you to bits and pieces.
I love you too.
You're my everything.
Love you, honey.
Love you too.
Love you.
You guys, that is it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow, bye, girl, bye.